Flag goes up from behind. Gates are back and away in racing from the 1,600 meter mark, and another very good beginning. Renown responded quite well towards the inside. Prince of Denmark also shows a good amount of early pace. Williams Legacy from that draw, from the wide draws, pushing past runners, also going a little bit closer to the speed. Flash Lightning's in between runners. Then we drop back a length and a half to Ozark. Deep route is Harajuku, who's trying to find a spot to settle into the running. And is trapped deep at the moment as they go past the final 1,250 meter mark. Another 2 lengths back to Pompeii Warning, and last of all is Makachev, about 5 or 6 lengths separating first to last as they enter the turn with just on 1,200 meters left to go. Williams Legacy has now won the battle for the lead, and Harajuku is stuck 3 deep, has now managed to come back into second. Back towards the inside rail is Prince of Denmark, who settles back in the third. Flash Lightning in that 1-out position, racing 4 lengths off the early pace. Then comes Renowned, who's racing alongside Ozark, a further 2 lengths back and running to Pompeii Warning. And Makachev is last of all, about 6 or 7 lengths separating first to last, as they got about 600 meters left to go, and Williams Legacy still out in front by 1.5 lengths. Harajuku's back in second, then comes Prince of Denmark on the inside rail in third. Back towards the outside is Flash Lightning, then comes Ozark racing alongside Renowned, and then comes Pompeii Warning, and Makachev is still last of all as into the final 400 meters, and Harajuku has found another gears clear into the open right now, has about a 1.5 lengths to spare. Ozark's deeper out on the track in the pink salts and starting to move in, as well as Renowned. As they're into the final 200 meters, it's Harajuku with Grant Fanikat looking left and right and pretty much race over here. Harajuku continues to extend his lead, and Harajuku's going to come home alone. He wins by about 4 or 5 lengths. Ozark back into second. Then came number 4, Prince of Denmark in third. Renowned further back and running in fourth, followed by Pompeii Warning and Makachev. The winner, number 7, Harajuku, the striking grey down towards the inside rail. You can see Grant's barely moved on him at the moment, the son of Denon Platina, bred out by Rathmore Stud and owned in the salts of Mr. Greg Bortson, as well as Miss Gina Goldsmith, and a comfortable winner here, number 7, Harajuku. Stepping up in distance for the first time, and certainly pays dividends here. Number 7, Harajuku, the winner for race number 2.
Race 2 is the Cape Racing Sales Maiden Juvenile Plate, won by number 7, Harajuku, the son of Danon Platina. Well done to Musa. He receives the 1,000 Rand thanks to Hollywood Bets and also mentioned Cape Racing. But a very impressive win from Harajuku. Grant, did you panic when you were going 3 wide?
No, not at all, Vicky. It is just a maiden race, so there was no panic stages at all. Actually, in fact, I was quite happy to let him make his move around them. Wasn't the strongest of fields, and he was going comfortably throughout. And in the straight, it's just a matter of me pressing the button. He actually quickened before I did. Very nice horse, and he's a little bit temperamental, but I think it will come with maturing, and he's a horse that you could follow in the future.
Obviously, it was a very comfortable win. I think that's fair to say. But with regards to the distance, were you pretty happy over it?
Yeah, he was fine. He's a horse that will go further as well, so there shouldn't be any issues. Of course, a lot to look forward to for Mr. Boats and Gina and the rest of the Snake team. Myself and Justin's like the lost and found. He's always finding me, and I'm always finding him. So when we need each other the most, we're there for each other. Thank you so much. Hopefully, this is the start of a good partnership. Thanks so much.
Well done to Grant. I think the jocks are nice and fresh today. But Justin, with regards to this horse, the Danon Platinas are so impressive in that they're athletic. They really are quite special when they move.
Yeah, look, this was certainly, it wasn't a strong race. We had to put a couple in to save it, and that does help, I must be honest. And that's why I think he was so short price favourite anyway, because I wouldn't expect him to be odds on in any race. He missed his race on I think it was the 22nd when we were racing, and then we weren't racing, and we were racing, we weren't racing. So he didn't then get a gallop in or anything like that. So he's literally been on the grass since his last start, straight into a mile. It's still a very good win. So Danons as we get further, they're just going to get better and better. So, and I think they handle the soft ground. So, that all helps. It's all a good sign. So, really well done, Greg, Gina, and a nice one to get out the way.
And it's look, you've mentioned it wasn't maybe the strongest of fields, so he did it quite an easy type of way. But I mean, he still had the work to do and made it look easy.
Look, there's certainly something about him. When I see quite a few horses go past me every morning on the track, and he comes down with his head in the chest like he's won a Group 1. He's got this look about him. So there's definitely something there, make no mistake. And I think you'll get every bit of distance and stuff like that. We just need to keep him chilled. He can fire up a bit, but on a race day, he seems to do it all right. So very good sign. Certainly a win that we were really hoping for.
Well done.
Great, thank you very much.
Next up, we're going to chat to both Greg Bortz and Gina can also. Thanks, Jonathan, for the nudge. Well done.
Thank you very much, Vicky.
He was very unassuming for me. Even in the ring, I thought, oh, I don't know if he can do it. But once he puts the feet on the turf, he's different class.
Yeah, very much so. And I mean, obviously, the stallion is really starting to show his mettle done on Platina. You know, this is the one we have, and we said we want to see how it's performing. And I think he's starting to do the business.
Around the turn, we had a few comments about Grant. At that point, how were your feelings about where he was sitting 3 wide?
On advice of counsel, I plead the fifth.
Smooth. Well done.
Thank you very much.
And Gina, with regards to this horse, I said he's almost a little bit rough and ready at this stage, but geez, how impressive did he gear down?
Yeah, it was amazing. When he came into the stables, he was very rough looking. So he's absolutely blossomed, and well done to the Snails. They've done an amazing job with him.
And well done to the two of you. Brilliant win.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, Vicky.
Thank you. Well done to both Greg Bortz and Gina Goldsmith for the brilliant win with number 7, Harajuku. As the Snails have put it, very good win from him. Probably not going to stop here, but lovely to get this win under the belt from a beautiful moving colt. Well done to Rathmore Stud for breeding. That's the first 2 on the card for them, and I think a horse maybe you can pencil in for the future.